You're right, he is considered one of the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He's been entangled in some back and forth with another top 10 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Lomachenko. What would you make of that fight? Is it possible, and have you reached out? Has this team reached out to you, and what do you make of that situation between?
So I think we got to get through June 17th first, you know, and if everything goes the way we plan, then we can think about the next step. But there's no question Rigondeaux wants big fights. We want big fights. If we can make another big fight, we absolutely would love to do that.
How has boxing been to Rock Nation? I mean, obviously, when you guys are new to the sport, I mean, you've been around for a little while now, but for the most part, you're still the new kids on the block, basically. And I know a lot of times when you're trying to do business with networks and different promoters and stuff like that, sometimes they can put roadblocks up. They make things a little bit difficult. I mean, you see the situation you're going through with main events. Do you feel like boxing has opened their arms to Rock Nation, or has it been difficult?
I think, listen, everybody that we've dealt with has been very nice. You know, obviously we've done fights with Oscar and Golden Boy. We've done fights with other promoters. You know, obviously the last two fights, November and now on June 17th, we're working with main events. Listen, it's been an experience, a learning experience. But I think for the most part, the industry has welcomed us with open arms. They've been gracious. They've been supportive of us, and that's all you can ask. And then you got to do your job, right? You've got to go out there and you got to prove yourself. You got to promote great fights. You got to hopefully do things a little bit differently. I think we've done that. And so, again, we're just looking forward to being part of another major fight in Las Vegas, and we think it's going to be another great night for the sport.
Just one last question from me. As a businessman, actually, Oscar De La Hoya just recently wrote an open letter to fans calling them to boycott the Mayweather-McGregor fight, but ironically, the Mayweather-McGregor fight could potentially happen because so many fans want to see it. As a businessman, do you agree with Oscar that this fight shouldn't happen?
Listen, I think he's trying to protect his own fight, obviously, right? I mean, he wants people to focus on Canelo and Triple G, and so I respect him for doing that. But listen, I think the Mayweather-McGregor fight is a fight that people want to see, that people are very curious about it. There's been a lot of hype, there's been a lot of talk. Whenever Mayweather fights, it's a major event. So, you know, regardless of what Oscar thinks, it is going to be a major event. People will support it. People will want to buy tickets to see it live. People will want to buy it on the pay-per-view. So, you know, I think from a business perspective, you know, it's a major event.